Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a fantastic rack. I've got a ton of bingos. So I've got Hickest, Kitches, various things. I've got kitchens through the N. But where's the best place to start? Probably the most valuable lane is column 11. A double-double through the O. I've got chokiest, but that doesn't hit the first double. Let me run through the alphabet. Hotcakes. And see if I can see a double-double. So I'm imagining my rack with an O on it. Not seen anything yet. It will be quite a low probability bingo. That's chokiest. I don't think chokiest has got an anagram, although it might. Still nothing. Neck shot. Okay, that doesn't work either. So this rack with an O. Can't see anything. Now, what about this? Out. Hex. Can't see anything there. Okay, so I can't see a double-double. I've got neck shot. Can I do anything better than that? Do I have anything beginning or ending in U? I'm only going to consider beginning. Can't see anything. There probably aren't that many bingos here. So, neck shot 82. Not great, but the Z is the saving grace of this rack. I've got Z-O-A-E-A on the rack, which should help considerably. I don't think I'm going to play off the U. This go. So where can I play Zoea? Well, nowhere great. Now I note for future reference that unbox can be extended with ing. Wow, that's annoying about Zoea. Maybe my opponent will provide somewhere for it. Well, I guess I can play it through this E, but my opponent's just gone there. So what else do I have through a V? I would have Zouave. Do I have anything coming underneath the C? I don't have to play off the Z straight away. I thought I probably would need to in terms of getting the score up. However, my A can go underneath the J, so I could play ace. That's not really playing off enough vowels. Do I have anything else in that row? My O can also go underneath the C. Can't see anything there. The K doesn't look particularly useful. Oh, well, what about Zoea's here? Zoea's, I think that's good. 37 points. Grim-ish rack. No scoring tiles and duplicates and a U. Just check that. I think it's good. It's not. Fantastic. Great fun. Now, I've got a 49-point lead. What can I do to capitalise on that? On that phony by my opponent. So I'd like to play off NUR. There could be a bingo here. Not many floaters to consider. I think I'm thinking of Uranian. So I don't think there is a bingo here. How can I play off U, N, and R? Or more than that? Do I have anything ending... Ah, well, I no longer have an E. So I can't see anything good running through the C. What about playing my A underneath the Z? Well, I think I can play Ruin. Maybe... Ah, no I can't. This is a tricky rack to deal with. But I want to leave the right rack leave, and that's probably Rain. So, where can I play off Run? Wow, that's pretty bad, just playing Run and Un. That doesn't feel remotely optimal. I could have a play beginning ANK. 14 minutes on my clock. So, Earn. Now, what about a play coming down onto the A? Can't see anything. What about a play using the X? Can't see anything. Well, maybe I will just play Run. For 6 points. Dismal. That's better. I have Insofar on my rack, which plays in column 14, making Jeeps. And that also plays in row G, making Zar and O. Okay, that was quite nice for my opponent. I have Theranos in column 3. I have Pinafore, and that's better than anything I've seen so far, and I'm going to try and pick up some time. Not a great rack. 5 vowels, including another U. However, I do have a scoring tile in the M. There almost certainly was a better play than Run. But sometimes you just go mind blind in terms of seeing it, and it's time to just play and move on. Now, there could be an 8 through the right floater. Nothing comes to mind. I've got an O for going underneath the J. I'd like to get rid of the U as soon as possible. It's non-bingo-y. The Q hasn't been played yet, but that's not a reason to keep it. So what do I have through the C? Nothing great. Now my M can go after ER. So do I have anything ending in M? Which burns vowels. Can't see anything. I've got Uoi on my rack, leaving Rim. That might be worth playing. Do I have anything coming down from the X? Column 12 is quite hot for EX plays. Or OX plays. Can't see anything. My opponent taking a while. Okay, he's taken that spot. Xenia takes an L after it. So is there somewhere for EUOI? It doesn't quite play parallel to Pinafore. The Z no longer available. So what about playing my M? Oh, well, there is an EUOI spot here. And that's 15 points, which isn't great, but it does sort the rack out. And it obstructs my opponent sticking an L on the end of Xenial. Any such play has to end in the L as opposed to getting doubled. And it is a priority keeping a good rack leave. I don't want to get into a run of bad rack leaves, and keeping this rack leave should enable me to score next go with the M, especially with this ERM spot being available. Well, that's pretty atrocious. However, I've got girl on my rack, GRRL, and that plays in column 14, making teal. Just looking to see where else it plays. This is a pretty horrendous rack. I have a new spot for girl, 21 points. Another awful rack, a long way from a bingo. And it's not an easy rack to sort out. Through a U, I would have Whammel. And also Mwalimu, I think. Now, I've still got M's for an M for So I could play Mulm in that spot. That would obstruct the useful floaters in pledge. My lead is only 52 points, so another bingo would put my opponent in the lead. Remaining tiles pretty bingo-y. Although possibly a preponderance of vowels. Now my opponent has obstructed Mulm, which is slightly annoying. I could play Imu, getting rid of all of my high-scoring tiles. Quite tempting, and it also burns this useful E floater. Score's not great, only 19 points, but the rack leave's pretty good. I'm disrupting both of these floaters, and I do still have a lead, albeit one of only 24 points. That looks pretty good. I have Ballista. Can't see anywhere for that. The L hook for Xenia is still available. I've blocked Ballisti onto the E. Ballista may not be good. Labiate's also through an E. Can't see anything beginning with an E. What about O and R? Can't see anything now. I think Ballista is good, although there is nowhere for it. But does it have an anagram? I can't think of it if it does. However, this is a nice rack to sort out. I've got the B for score. And if I just play BA somewhere, I'll be leaving a pretty good 5-letter set. Run takes an E, so the N is available. 27 points for my opponent, a good score for him. He's only 16 points behind now. He's provided nowhere for Ballista. "11 minutes on my clock, 23 tiles to come." YE takes an A, so the F available for bingos beginning FA. Now, do I have a play through the C? Well, the C also available as a floater for a bingo. Emu takes nothing in front of it. My B can go in front of IO. So what I was thinking of was a BA play. Teen takes an E, so if I'd had an E, I could have played BE. So I could play back. 16 points. Not really scoring as much as I'd like to score. My opponent is scoring in the high 20s. Tails isn't a fabulous lead. Only one E left. That's encouraging, provided I can remain in the lead because it limits my opponent's prospects of bingoing. One S to come. Just looking at this C spot to see if I can make more use of it. I could play Abax. 33 points, burning my S. Quite tempting. Not a great rack lead. 4 eyes to come. 8 minutes on my clock. So where was the AB spot I was looking at? Well, I could play bulk here, which stops my opponent using the J. It scores 18 points. Rack leave is okay. It doesn't feel great, and I could be punished. There are 3 A's and 4 I's out there. So the L actually helps this rack. 8 minutes on my clock. Now, one thing I'm thinking of is playing just back, because back takes an A in front of it and I've got an A, and this is stopping my opponent using the J spot. And it also opens up column 12 for me to use my S if I get a high-scoring tile to stick on here. I'm going with this. That looks quite good. I may struggle to find a bingo given that I don't have an E on my rack. So I might have quite bingo-y looking racks. 32 points for my opponent, and he takes away my I spot. I've still got an L for going after Xenia. We're dead level now. So do I have an anagram with this rack? Starrily doesn't begin with the R. Can't see anything beginning with the E. Royalist. The O's in the wrong spot. Nothing beginning with the N. I still don't have an... I don't have an E for making ye, but my Y can go after teen. But I don't have a 2-letter play which works there. So where can my Y play? Only 6 minutes on my clock and 20 tiles to come. Probably there could be some plays beginning UN, unilist. Doesn't quite work. I'm looking around for spots to play my Y. I could just play it here, keeping a good 6-letter set and avoiding picking up the Q. Wait. I have a bingo. Trisale. Wow. Trisale and Xenial. 75. Superb. And I was on the brink of playing Oi. Scary. Okay. That is fortunate. Actually, I should have had a look to see if there was any other spots for try-sale. There probably aren't, but I should have looked and I didn't. Now, I've dodged the queue, which is good. Wow, that is so helpful, given that I was level. And try-sale has also obstructed the R and the O as bingo floaters. I've got wind in column 8 through the Y if my opponent doesn't play there. It keeps duplicate T, but it's going to score massively. Still no E for going at the end of teen. Great, wind stays available. Fantastic. The game is moving in my favour. 45 points, 9 tiles left. Pretty horrendous, but I think I'm sufficiently far ahead now that I ought to survive. I've dodged the queue. Remaining tiles pretty unbingo-y. The last E has gone. The S not particularly useful on this board. I have a horrendous rack. No scoring tiles at all. But I think I can survive. Do I have anything through the V beginning at A1? Don't think so. Good score for my opponent, 25 points. 4 tiles left, so I'm looking to play off 3 or fewer to avoid the queue. Now, since I can't do much with this rack in terms of scoring, I probably ought to disrupt the bingo lane, which is row O through the D. But I would like to play off A, I, T. Okay, I can't see a good way of disrupting that. Unless I play Tate. 6 points. Not very much. Let me look at the remaining vowel situation. 5 vowels out of 11. Okay, so it's pretty balanced. This isn't a very good rack leave. I've still got 4 minutes. That doesn't achieve very much. How dangerous is this D? I can't see anything through it. I think I'd rather score. How can I do that? Just wondering if I've got a play beginning FA. Gosh. Tricky. I'm looking to use some of the tiles on the board. I could play Aria, keeping triple T. Not great. 3 minutes on my clock. Okay, so Tika for 16. Great, I dodged the queue. And this actually looks quite close to a bingo. Through an N, I would have toasting. I can't see anything through the D. Oops, okay. So that's just double C. Wow, 62 points for my opponent. He's got the Q. He's still behind. Let me challenge this in case it's not good. Haha, it isn't good. Fantastic. My opponent was just trying it on. Okay, I thought that was actually valid when he played it, but it wasn't. Okay, so what to do about this chaotic end to the game? Now, I know the Q's in the bag, therefore I'm inclined to... And the U isn't in the bag, so the bag's pretty awful. So I don't want to draw the Q. However, I've got the I, so I can play Chi and AI. and chi and it. So I'm not going to be stuck with the Q. It might actually be quite useful to have if my opponent's got the U. So if he had the Q, he could score off it. So I want the Q. I want the Q. So I'm playing 3 tiles. Right. Let me play a genuine word. Tie, and I'm providing a new spot for my Q right here. So 12 big points. I draw the Q. Fantastic. And that's quite a balanced rack. I've got cat. And the G is in the bag, so that's quite a good tile to dodge. The G and the Q don't go well together. I've got a 90-point lead. So where can I play my Q? I've got chi and AI. I've got cat and chi. Do I have anything through the A of tri-sail, which gets the Q tripled? I don't think so. Well, this has been quite a strange game. Difficult to articulate why. It just feels like it's been a strange game. I've got caddy through the D. 11 minutes on my opponent's clock. I'm just looking around for spots for my Q. At the moment, the best I've seen is Chi and AI for 23 points or something like that. No, Chi and Chi down in column 3 will score more, over 30 points. In fact, cat in that spot scores more, and cats scores even more. I think there probably is a word close to turdioid. I think it's just turdoid, actually. I think it was the extra I which doesn't work. Great, 17 points for my opponent. I don't... Well, is he going to be able to go out with this? Yes, he'll have out rig. Should I be blocking that? Does he have an alternative out? He doesn't. So, how do I block it? I think I block it like this. Caddy for 14. Does that really block my opponent? Out rig and possibly rig out. Oh, the 6 is on his rack. I don't think he's got anywhere else for it. If he has, then caddy will be a mistake, and I probably should have played chi, but I'm going with this. Or am I? Should I be... 45 seconds left. Let me just consider this. Do I have a play beginning with the O? I think I've run out of time. I'm playing caddy here. What I was thinking of is blocking this with playing, say, stoat, and then I've got QI in more than one spot. Whereas I think by playing caddy first, I don't have a stoat spot to play. So I didn't see stoat in time, but I was short on time. Yeah, stoat, and then I would have been left with chi in column 3. I think that would have been the play. So, what do I have now? Do I have any outs at all? I don't think so. So that was a big mistake. Can't see anything onto the D or beginning with the E. Okay, so 30 seconds left. Struggling to see anything. How annoying. Stoat would have been the play. 18 seconds left. My opponent is going to go out. Well, the world's lamest move over. Now, hopefully my opponent will put this game out of its misery. Over has no merit at all. It was simply the sake of playing a move before my clock went to 0. But my opponent's got 9 minutes to find his best OU play. Now, what if he just plays off one tile? Well, I can play ST. Great, he's gone out, so pass to end the game. And the final score, 380 to my opponent, 447 to me, a winning margin of 67 points. So a big, big win. Let's see what I missed. It was my opponent to go first. He played on box. This was my rack. And I had neck shocked for 82. I also saw chokiest, well, and hotcakes, but there were no doubles. Opponent plays Jeep, my rack, and Zoea's looks best. Opponent phonied here with unpledge. What could he have done? Well, no bingos. My rack, pretty horrendous. A really tricky rack to see plays with, and it's grim because you know that any score you're going to find is going to be very low, but the rack is too good to change. And I think in the end I did something pretty lame, run for 6. Ken, D11. Well, 24 points, but I don't really like opening up column 15. However, I do know what my opponent's got. But I still don't think that's a good play. Anyway, so opponent plays pledge, and I have a great rack. I have pinafore, which I thought was going to be best, but actually D8, fraction through the C for 99 points. Pretty good. And a ton of other bingos. Opponent's rack, that looks bingo, but he doesn't have one. He plays Xenia, and my rack's not great. Uremia down onto the A, that's quite nice. What did I do? Uoi for 15, not great. I think Uremia is better. Opponent bingos, so my lead now has shrunk to just 30 points. I have Girl for 21, but Glim available for 37. 16 more points. A rubbishy rack leave, but is it 16 points worse as a rack leave? Probably not. Opponent plays Yi. My rack's still pretty grim. Double M for 27. Yeah, that's not bad. Instead I played a Mew for 19 points. 8 fewer points, but I'm jettisoning the W. I prefer my play. Opponent plays F. And I was just waiting with bated breath to see what bingo I'd missed, and I haven't missed one. But this was a rack I really struggled with and ended up going with back for 16. Lower points than the move suggested, but a better rack leave. Opponent plays batch, and now my crowning glory of the game, spotting Tri-Sail after a small eternity. Opponent plays voice, and I have wind. So that gives me a 105 point lead, and the game is won, and what follows is a bit of a crappy ending to the game. My opponent says Auditor. Wow, nowhere for it. He plays ads. My rack's horrendous. And I think this is where I played Tika and it comes off. But look at that, nothing over 16 points, and look at these rack leaves. Pretty much all of them from hell, apart from Attic. A4, but Attic places an A in the middle of row A, which means it's a bad thing to do. And it also empties the bag. Anyway, I phonied. My opponent phonied. I had another go. I played tie. Yeah, which isn't bad when you look at these scores on offer here. Opponent plays Nid. And this is where I'm pretty sure I should have played Stoat, and I didn't. And I was blocking my opponents out of outrig, which these choices don't take into account. So I played Caddy. Opponent doesn't have an out, so Caddy worked. He plays Grit. And now I was just very short on time and just played anything. And finally, opponent goes out with Hour for 10 points. So, and a strange game and a pretty dismal ending. But before that, it was quite exciting and quite good. And there was an obscure bingo in next shot. Zoe has took a while to spot, but scored well and sorted the rack out. And Try-Sail really made all the difference to the game. It turned the game massively in my favour. So, interesting stuff. I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I will see you next time.